8 signs you are begging for attention instead of being valued. One of the deepest needs of the human heart is to be loved, seen, and valued. We all want to feel important to the people we care about. But sometimes, without realizing it, we slip into a dangerous pattern. We stop asking for love and start begging for attention. Attention and value are not the same thing. Attention is often temporary. It fades the moment something new or shiny comes along. Value, on the other hand, is lasting. When someone values you, they respect you, honor you, and make space for you in their life without you having to beg for it. But here's the truth. Many people confuse attention with love. They believe that as long as someone notices them, responds to their calls, or throws a few crumbs of affection, then it must mean they are loved. Sadly, this is far from reality. Let's break this down in a very real and raw way. If you see yourself in any of these signs, it may be time to pause, reflect, and make some changes. 1. You are always the one initiating. If you are the one who always calls, always texts, always checks in, and the other person rarely does the same, then you may not be valued. Instead, you are begging for attention. Love flows both ways. Value is mutual. But if you are chasing someone who only responds when you reach out, you are feeding on their leftovers of time and energy. That is not love, it's survival. 2. You feel anxious when they don't reply quickly. Do you find yourself staring at your phone, waiting for their message, and feeling restless when they don't respond? That is not peace, it's anxiety. When you are valued, you don't live on edge wondering if someone cares. You rest secure, knowing that their love is consistent. If you're constantly checking your phone or reading deep meaning into why they haven't called, then you are not being valued. You are begging for attention. 3. You lower your standards just to keep them. When someone truly values you, you don't have to shrink yourself to fit into their life. But if you find yourself lowering your standards, tolerating disrespect, or excusing poor behavior just so they won't leave, then you are not being honored. Begging for attention often makes us settle for less than we deserve. Value, on the other hand, raises the standard because love without respect is empty. 4. Their words excite you, but their actions disappoint you. Attention often comes through sweet words, compliments, and promises. But value is proven through consistent action. If you find yourself clinging to words like, I miss you, or I love you, but their behavior doesn't back it up, then you're being fed attention, not value. Value is action. Love is proven. 5. You feel invisible unless you do something extra. Do you feel like you constantly have to impress them by dressing a certain way, posting online, or going out of your way just to get noticed? That is begging for attention. When someone values you, your presence alone is enough. You don't have to perform like you're on stage to be seen. 6. You tolerate inconsistency. If today they're warm and tomorrow they're cold, yet you still hold on because you fear losing even that little attention, then you are not valued. Consistency is the language of value. If someone truly cares, you won't have to guess their intentions. Begging for attention keeps you trapped in emotional confusion. Being valued gives you clarity. 7. You feel drained instead of fulfilled. Love should give life, not drain it out of you. If every interaction leaves you tired, insecure, or doubting yourself, then it's not love, it's a battle for attention. When you are valued, you feel safe, loved, and supported. Begging for attention, however, feels like running on empty while hoping for crumbs. 8. They show up only when they need something. This is one of the clearest signs. If someone disappears until they need money, comfort, physical intimacy, or help, then reappears as if nothing happened, then you are being used for attention, not valued for who you are. Value means they are present in your joy and in your pain, not just when it benefits them. Here is the hard truth. People treat you based on what you allow. If you keep begging for attention, you'll always get crumbs. But the moment you start valuing yourself, you'll realize you don't have to beg. When you know your worth, you stop chasing and start attracting. You stop fighting for a seat at the wrong table and wait for the right one, where you are not just noticed, but honored. Love is not something you should beg for. It is something that flows naturally when you are truly valued. And if someone cannot see your worth, it doesn't mean you don't have it. It means they are blind to it. So, don't beg for attention. Don't shrink yourself for temporary notice. Stand firm in your value, because the right people will see it, cherish it, and never let you go. Remember this: you are not too much, you are not hard to love, and you are not invisible. You are worthy of being valued, not begged for. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more.